The following is another live sports presentation on OC16.
Tonight, the New City Nissan State High School Girls Volleyball Tournament continues. It's the title game for Division I, Punahou and Kamehameha. The buff and blue have been more like black and blue. Injuries have plagued this team, but Punahou has overcome the obstacles with outside hitter Liz Aihui and Larissa Nordyke, who could be back at full strength tonight. On the other side, the defending state champions, Kamehameha, features State Player of the Year, Kanani Herring, who has a right arm like a cannon. She's backed up by her U.S. national teammate, Jordan Meredith, who came up big in last night's thrilling win over Moanalua. It's an all-ILH Division I final. Punahou, Kamehameha. You'll see it live. You'll see it next. You'll see it only on OC16. And welcome back to the Big Top, better known as the Stan Sheriff Center, UH Manoa campus. And we have the finals of Division I Girls Volleyball of the New City Nissan State Volleyball Championship. Number 2, Punahou out of the ILH versus top seed and ILH champion, Kamehameha. How you doing, everyone? Russell Shimoka welcome you back to OC16's live and exclusive coverage of the Girls State Volleyball Championship. Well, Punahou and Kamehameha, these two teams know each other very well in league play. They have faced each other 3 times, Punahou winning the first meeting back in September in 2 games, and then Kamehameha closing things out towards the end of the season. Kamehameha is the ILH champion. These two teams feature such powerful hitters on both sides, Nordyke and Kai Hui for Punahou, and as for Kamehameha, you have Herring and Jordan Meredith, who really came up big in the semifinal win against Moanalua. There is Kanani Herring, as she is ready to go for yet another run at a state title. Let's bring in my broadcast partner once again, 2-time national champion with the UH Wahine, Lisa Strand. And Lisa, I just talked about the big bombers and the big power hitters for both of these schools, but we got sort of a sister act going on between these two teams, and it involves the same position.
That's right, both setters for both teams, they're sisters. And you got Pi'aloha and Keakea. Pi'aloha is for Punahou. She's a sophomore. A great setter, has been setting her team excellently for being just a sophomore. And the big sister on Kamehameha, Keakea, who has been is going to Pepperdine and is also an incredible athlete. Her set selection is awesome. She's got some bangers to go to, and this is going to be a fun night, the sister act.
Yeah, what an interesting thing for the family during the regular season. One had to go to one game, the other one had to go to another, but they'll be in the attendance tonight as the sisters will be going at it. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups in first serve. Punahou Kamehameha doesn't get any better than this.
This OC16 sports presentation is brought to you by your Kama'aina Pizza Hut and Taco Bell, where it's all about kids.
Stan Sheriff Center getting louder by the minute as fans are filing in for both schools, and they're lining up, and the ceremonial shaking of the hands at the net. An exhibition of good sportsmanship. While we have this time, let's take you through the Zippy's keys of the game.
Tonight's keys to the game for Punahou is, I believe, they're going to need to key on the little things. They're going to have to do the extra players. You know, they got the stars and Kuehu and Elizabeth Ka'aihui, as well as Larissa Nordyke. But all the other players, the little things are going to be the key to their match tonight. As far as Kamehameha, we know they have offense, but I really feel that they need to do the defense. Their block, and they need to pass and bring up balls. Defense is really their key to their match tonight.
Tonight's officiating crew, the up referee will be Ryan Sakagawa. The down referee, Shelton Tang. And they're the line judges supplied by the various leagues throughout the state. And they've been working very, very hard. They just got to go do it again because we got the boys championship coming up next week. Time now for the introduction of the teams, and for that we go to the public address announcer and Ben Ka'aina.
on the campus of the University of Hawaii in majestic Manoa for the final night of the 38th edition of the UCD Nissan Girls Volleyball State Championships. Tonight's final match of the tournament for the Division I Girls State Championship features the ILH runner-up Punahou Buff and Blue. And the tournament number 1 seed ILH champion and defending state champion Kamehameha Warriors. Introducing the Punahou reserves, number 2 Diana Hiramoto, number 5 Alexa Unterman, number 6 Sarah Budar, number 9 Courtney Lelepali, number 12 Shayna Lynn Kuehu, and number 15 Christina Cam. The assistant coaches are Mary Shoji, Kainoa Downing, and Alicia Scanlon. And now for your Punahou starting lineup. At libero, a 5'2" junior, number 1, Sydney Yogi. At defensive specialist, a 5'4" senior, number 3, Melanie Feldman. At outside hitter, a 5'7" senior, floor captain, number 7, Elizabeth Kaihui. At center, a 5'5" sophomore, number 8, Pihana Kea. At outside hitter, a 5'9" senior, co-captain, number 10, Larissa Nordyke. At middle blocker, a 5'10" junior, number 11, Shauna Lei Kuehu. And at opposite, a 5'6" sophomore, number 14, Anu Keanini. Head coach for the Buff and Blue is Jim Mines. And now introducing the Kamehameha reserves, number 2, Whitney Viveros. Number 2, Kayla Matsunaga. Number 4, Skylar Kamaka. Number 6, Alex Sakana. Number 11, Kiana Perilla. Number 13, Caitlin Andrade. Number 22, Kanani Hokutan. And number 23, Sharice Maduli. The assistant coaches are Sean Kitashima, Cleo Augustine, Char Wong, and Shanna Willing. And now for the Warriors starting lineup. At center, a 5'9" senior, number 1, Kea Kea. At defensive specialist, a 5'6" junior, number 10, Cassidy Young. At libero, a 5'7" junior, number 12, Tatiana Santiago. At outside hitter, a 5'10" junior, floor captain, number 14, Kanani Herring. At middle blocker, a 5'10" junior, co-captain, number 15, Becca Torres. At opposite, a 5'9" senior, number 21, Logan Keala. And at outside hitter, a 6' junior, number 25, Jordan Meredith. Head coach for the Warriors is Chris Blake.
Well, you heard the starters, and the fans are all ready. Boy, Punahou certainly shocked the ILH back in September 6th when they defeated this Kamehameha team in 2 games. Nordyke on her birthday with 11 kills. Jim Imes was all smiles back then, showing a little bit of his game plan right there. And Kamehameha comes back and defeats Punahou on October 19th, and then they do it for the championship on October 26th. And so this will be the 4th meeting between these 2 powerhouses in the state of Hawaii.
Well, these 2 teams just line up great.
It's like looking in a mirror, isn't it, Lisa?
I don't know about, yeah, well, with the sisters on opposite sides, you know, they do look alike. Even though there's a 2-year difference, the Kea sisters, you know, both, again, we talked about it in the opening, both the setters leading the quarterbacks, literally, of their teams.
And so we're ready. Both teams showing up in white. As Kea goes outside to Herring, and her first shot just gobbles up Liz Kaihui.
Herring, no surprise, the ball is going to go out to her as much as they possibly can. She goes up and over the block for the first kill on the evening.
Last year's Player of the Year is off to a good start. And so are the Warriors. Torres with the serve. Bumped up by Kaihui. Kuehu blocked at the net. Here comes Nordyke. It'll be interesting to watch how she plays these first few points. Kea, here comes Herring, watch out. And that's blocked. And Kuehu lets out a roof.
Kuehu, yep, she does let out a roof. She runs out there, she closes the block, her left arm getting on it. Herring going all out, and the ball coming right back at her.
1-1 is our score. Anuhea Keanini, a 5'6" sophomore, as you take a look at Kuehu, who had that big block of Herring, and that must have pumped her up. Herring plays it over. Kaihui, here comes Kea. Step out move, Kuehu down the line, and the libero, Tatiana Santiago, can't get it. Point Punahou.
Kuehu on that step out. She has had so much success this playoff season with that step out. She's leading her team right now in kill percentage.
Herring off the tape, saved by Kuehu. Here comes Kaihui, and that ball sails long. So Liz Kaihui, who had 11 kills last night in the win over Roosevelt. As Kea is in the serving position, the center. That's dug up, and it ain't going over. As Yogi and Keanini couldn't make the pass. 3-2 is our score. Kaihui, this was set quick middle. And that ain't coming back. That's going to be, no, that is 3 hits. Step out move to Wehu, and that's out. Nice job by the Warriors to save that ball.
Great scrambling Kuehu on that step out again, rarely hitting it out, but look who's blocking her out there. You have Herring on a one-on-one setup.
Kamehameha, 19-1 as the service by Kea goes out. 19-1, and like we mentioned, the only defeat this year were to the hands of these buff and blue. So Larissa Nordyke. Floater over, dug up by Torres. Kea, tough pass, and Keala shoots it over. Hitting on 2 was the center, Kea, and a roof there for Kamehameha.
It's a smart play by Kamehameha. Kanani Herring there. She knows the setter's going to attack. There is no sneak surprise. She totally commits for the stuff block.
Kea, here comes Kaihui out of the back row, and that's out. Good block there by Kamehameha, but just out.
Kaihui seeing the big block, seeing that she can hit right into Logan Aloha's hands. She tools the block, a smart play on the outside there.
Anale Kuehu, dug up by Herring in the back row. Here comes Meredith. Meredith cross court, dug up by Kaihui. A bit of confusion on the Warriors side as Torres and Meredith collide.
Well, it's so loud in here. They're both screaming for the ball on the play over. Calling, calling, calling. It's kind of hard to see behind you.
That is out. That is out, and Jim Imes is up off the bench. He kept yelling, nice serve, and the referee, Ryan Sakagawa, says play on. That is out. Let's see if we can see it. We just missed it, but looks like Herring's knee was on the line. So if the ball hit, it must have been outside the line. So service is Cassidy Young. Dug up by Kaihui. Back to Kaihui. That's blocked in the net by Torres. Kaihui again. Off the block, in. Point, Punahou. Second kill for Liz Kaihui.
Becca Torres on that first block, excellent block, but Kaihui getting another attack and going over the smaller outside block, Logan Keala, down the line.
The setter, Kea with the serve, dug up by Young. Kea, quick middle to Torres, and that ain't coming back. No, they said play on, the ball is still alive. Back on the Warrior side, Meredith, and that is out. Credit the Punahou defense. Everybody in the building thought that was down. Punahou said, no, it isn't.
And you know what? It was called a self-defense dig back there in the backcourt. Larissa Nordyke just ducking for cover and covering her face on that defense.
I think because it hit the net, everybody thought that that was another hit. Oh, nice dig by Yogi. Here comes Kaihui. Dug up by Meredith. Herring out of the back row. Her shot is wide. It was hard, but it was wide. And a sideline warning issued by the down referee Shelton Tang against coach Jim Ines. Torres off the block, in point, Kamehameha. And the Warriors to within one.
Torres hitting high on the outside there. High off of the hands, using the block.
Torres is a girl that she was an outside hitter last year, accepted her role as a middle blocker, and she knows she's going to get a couple of swings during the match. She's accepted that role. Here's Kianini. Net violation, says Shelton Tang. And they're going to award the point to Kamehameha.
Kianini here, you take a look on the replay, cannot hit the antenna on the attack, and it did.
Nordyke saves it. That was going to go out. Kamehameha now with an opportunity. Meredith one times it. Dug up by the libero, Yogi. Here comes Kaihui off the block. Step out move for Torres. Dug up by Meredith. Herring. Out. Early on, Lisa, I'm impressed by the defense on both of these teams.
I have to agree with you. The blocking and the that great quick response there by Meredith in the left front, and Herring taking a swing off of it. I think she's a little bit nervous. I think she just needs to let go and swing away.
Service is dug up by Young. Here comes Torres. From that left side, she brings it.
Well, she's showing you how athletic she is. I know as a middle blocker that getting a chance to swing on that outside is like just nectar, and the set was perfect.
A 3-year starter with 2 kills already. Service by Meredith, dug up by Yogi. Here comes Candini, and she's roofed by Torres and Herring.
And you know, that's an incredible block by Herring on the outside, but if I were Kea, I would not set to where Kanani Herring is. She's the biggest and strongest player out there.
Here comes Nordyke. Is there any question about her health tonight? First kill for Larissa Nordyke.
Her senior year, and I'm sure she wants it just like everybody else out there. She finds the seam in the block and drills that ball.
Young. Kale leaves it for Torres. And Santiago might have been better to let that one drop.
Becca Torres swinging from the right, again showing her versatility, hitting high, trying to use the block, and that ball, I believe as well, would have been out. A nice play, the libero.
And Nordyke and Kuehu teaming up on the block there as Melanie Feldman, the serving specialist. Pick up by Santiago. Here comes Herring. And Kuehu looked like she had a beat on that ball, but it just skipped the top of the net, maybe threw off her concentration just a bit.
Kea with an awesome set to the outside there, giving Kanani Herring a one-on-one block. Kuehu just got caught in no woman's land is what they call that. She didn't make it out to the block, and she was stuck.
Nice dig by Kaihui. Kianini dug up by Keala. Here comes Torres out of the back row, hits the net! The net is your friend in those situations.
That's right, and sometimes you're lucky and sometimes you're not. And this time, She got the tape of the net. Luck's on her side of the draw there.
Well, you're on your heels waiting for the heat to come, and then it hits the net, and then you're from your backward motion, you have to go forward. Voileyball went up for the set. Just a little mistimed it.
A nice jump serve, perfect pass by Sydney Yogi to the target. So a nice time to run your middle when you have that pass right to you.
Punahou had 6 kills the last time these two teams met back on October 26th. We had a slight stoppage in play, but we're ready to play on. It'll be 13 serving 11 as Yogi digs it up. Kea, here comes Nordyke. Nordyke goes cross court, that's in. Larissa Nordyke, second kill of the night. An all-state performer back in 2004.
Slicing and dicing there on the outside, getting it on the inside hand of that middle blocker there. She really hit a sharp angle.
Nordyke, state champions when she was a freshman and a sophomore, missed the tournament last year. A myriad of injuries plagued this Punahou team as Kea plays it over. Her sister, Kea, comes right back to Nordyke. That's blocked, ping-pongerong. Yogi. Nice dig by Keala. Hitting on 2 was the setter, Kea. Here comes the return pass to Nordyke, puts it down. It wasn't a heater, but it got the job done for her 3rd kill of the night.
And some nice defense by both teams, sprawling out some long rallies. Here you see them just swinging high on the outside. Nordyke on her 3rd opportunity for another kill.
Punahou has come back to tie it at 13. Torres out.
Torres swinging from that back right position, having a good night so far tonight.
Anuhea Keanini, 22 aces on the season, the team leader. And the team leader in kills is Kanani Herring, who now has 3.
Kanani Herring just flying on the outside, actually going up and over the Punahou block on that kill.
So the setter, Kea, puts it over. That's dug up by Keanini. Here comes Nordyke from the left side. That is off the block. Nordyke once again puts it in the back row. Torres is right there. Here comes Herring. And that's out. Boy, everybody held their breath until they saw the referee out on the smash by Herring. Punahou with a 1-point lead at our first intermission. We'll be back.
This OC16 sports presentation is brought to you by Zippies. Make your next stop Zippies, where it's back to school with Zippies.com.
Check out the hang time of Kanani Herring. He certainly gets up there. That shot was out. Jim Imes, first-year coach of the girls. He was a 3-time state champion when coaching the boys in 76, 1980, 1981. Did a stint with the U.S. national team, the Goodwill Games team, and also coach at Oregon State and Georgia on the mainland. So he brings a wealth of knowledge to the islands. Nordyke, the serve. Punahou with a 1-point lead. Kamehameha looking for the equalizer as Herring can't get a beat on it. Overpass, and a net violation as Alex Akana was right there for the putback, but a net violation on Punahou. Point, Kamehameha.
Alex Akana coming in, just simply tapping that ball down. A smart play there by the sophomore middle blocker.
Okay, a quick middle to Kuehu, right there with the Warrior blockers. Meredith, dug up by Kuehu, almost hits the scoreboard here at the Stan Sheriff Center. That's blocked. Kuehu. Kaihui, that's dug up by Herring. Coming out to Meredith, high off the block. Both teams trying to find a hole. Herring is in the back row. Meredith, cross court. Smart move by Liz Kaihui to let that one go.
Meredith really bombing, trying to hit that hard cross-court angle and just misses it there, but it was a smart play by Kaihui. She knows the court well. She's a very experienced senior leader out there on the team.
Meredith with 12 for the semifinal win over Punahou last night. Big hit. Alex Akana, first year on the varsity, her first state tournament, and her first tournament kill.
And I like that play only because Kamehameha has become kind of predictable. You know who their go-to girls are, so if you can include your middles, you're going to get your defense in trouble there.
Cassidy Young can't get it across. So the ball goes back over to Punahou with a 1-point lead. Ihana Kealoha Kea, the setter, puts it in motion. Keala, here comes Torres, and that's blocked at the net. And a roof, shout the Punahou faithful.
Take a look at the replay here. Anuhea Keanini setting up that block. She posts the block, she goes straight up and penetrates over.
Punahou with a 2-point lead against the defending champions. Here comes Torres, goes line, finds line. Fourth kill for Torres. She's doing so well on the outside, they might want to keep her there.
She really wanted that one. After you get blocked like that previously, she's going to go right back after it. A sign of a great athlete is attack it again.
Keala with the serve. Here comes the quick middle to Kaihui. Kamehameha was right there. Jordan Meredith gets it to go through the double block. And for Meredith, who had 12 last night against Moanaloa, finding just a seam in that block. Giannini off the high hands. Saved by Young. Brought back by Meredith. Shot across by Herring. Great defense. High on the outside, Kaihui. Right there is Herring to lift that ball. And they call a lift call on the setter, Kea.
It's a great scramble by Meredith there, going in to the stands, comes right back in. The finish off of a high hit. And a lift called on Kea's set there.
Service error by the captain, Kaihui. I was just going to say on that last play, Jordan Meredith, she moves pretty well for a 6-footer.
She moves very well. She's quick.
On the serve, too. Great serve as Yogi was just able to get her hands under it. Cross-court shot. That's dug up by Cassidy Young. Pushed over by Torres. Saved by Kea. Here comes Nordijk. And that one ain't coming back. Fourth kill for Larissa Nordijk.
Larissa Nordijk going hard and extremely explosive on this kill. Finds the tiny seam that was left in the Kamehameha block there. Tiny seam, and she found it.
Feldman, who had a couple of good service runs in the earlier matches against McKinley. Serves it long, and we're tied at 20-20. What would you expect between the top two teams in the state?
I would expect just this. Exactly this.
Torres with the serve, dug up by Kaihui. Here comes Nordijk once again. That's blocked. Did she touch it? No, out.
Well, she took a swing at it, but she didn't touch it. Hitting high off of the hands. And look at where her position is on the replay. She's right on the line, and she knew exactly that that ball was out. 5
kills for Nordijk. Herring. And she just gets it to go right through the double block 4 for Kanani.
And Kanani Herring just sneaking it through, like you said there. Both the Punahou blockers, just a little tiny space between them, allowing her to sneak it by.
All tied at 21. Nordijk. Now they call it a late call there. Heard some folks right behind me going lift.
Yeah. I know at Downing on the Punahou bench, one of the numerous assistant coach with Jim Imes was screaming, you know, as loud as he could, and then the call came.
It's off the net, and then can't play it. And so Punahou, 2 points away from wrapping up game 1. Let's take a look from net cam. And a timeout called and wisely done by the Warriors of Kamehameha. If you need to fundraise, School Kind Cookies will help you exceed your goal. It's easy, the profit margin is great, and the cookies sell themselves. You can call them, you see the number, 456-8577. School Kind Cookies. We're talking with Jim Imes today as we take a look at, boy, yeah, ILH has certainly dominated this tournament. 23 out of the last 25 state titles. Only Kahuku did it in 2002, and Kailua way back when. Other than that, it's been an all ILH affair. And what do we have? 2 ILH teams tonight, so that streak will continue on. Jim Imes told me he was watching the end of that Moanalua Kamehameha game last night, caught the last couple of points, and he said, of course I was rooting for Kamehameha to win that game. Said it kind of jokingly, but you want to take on the top team when you get to this level.
Absolutely, and you can't blame them because you know these teams line up so well together.
Both teams not setting the world on fire in hitting percentage. Yogi, Sydney Yogi trying to make something out of nothing there as Herring just obliterated that block for her 5th kill.
She goes high, off of the hand. Sydney Yogi just getting a piece of it, but just cannot retrieve that ball back into play.
Warriors trying to get the equalizer. They have a chance right now. Here they come with Jordan Meredith. That ball is blocked, picked up, shot across by Herring. Punahou with a chance now. Step out move, Kuehu. Didn't really get a good angle at the ball. And Keala will roll it over to the back rows. Yogi right there. Here comes Kai Hui with the heater. And it's not coming back. Torres a little too late getting there. And Punahou with game ball.
Kai Hui on the inside attack there. A very nice play. Offensive play by Punahou.
And Kamehameha, Chris Blake, the Warrior coach, wants to put Punahou on ice. Think about it for a while. Big mahalo going out to New City Nissan, the title sponsor of the Girls State Volleyball Championship. A big mahalo going out to the folks over at New City Nissan, including Frank Kudo, John Uekawa, and Eddie Ponciano. New City Nissan, proud sponsors of this tournament. School spirit, personal pride, out in force tonight. A lot of folks coming with the blue and white paint, symbolic of the colors of Kamehameha. And then the Punahou crowd. Boy, when they have the matches up at Kekuhaupio or Hemmeter Fieldhouse, you get a raucous crowd between these two schools. Longtime rivals in the ILH in any sport. It could be tiddlywinks and you'd have the exuberance and the excitement.
That's right.
That these two teams can conjure up. Warriors facing game point. Punahou now with game point on the line. Kai Hui. And that is out. Boy, a big pause there as we looked at the linesman and then the up referee and kind of a delayed call, and it's out of ball.
Screaming no touch there. Kai Hui asking for a touch and the Warriors screaming no touch.
So the Warriors need a point to send it into extra play. Kai Hui blocked, and that's out. And Kamehameha has come back to tie it, and we will go into extra play. And Jim Imes wants a timeout. Punahou went to its big gun. Elizabeth Kai Hui, the block was there and out. And Kamehameha has come back to tie. When you're in the mood for Hawaii's favorite foods, look no further than Zippy's. 24 locations on Oahu. You're sure to find a Zippy's location near you. Zippy's celebrating 40 years of doing business here in Hawaii. Let's take a look at a game ball opportunity. as Kayanini just can't get it to go over.
Check out Logan Keala here, just sealing that off. There was really nowhere to go. Becca Torres closing the seam there, but Logan Keala, the post blocker, penetrating over, setting a great block. Critical block.
Kanani Herring, Player of the Year as a sophomore, went on to join the U.S. girls national team, played in international competition. She had 6 kills in the gold medal game against Dominican Republic. You don't think her game is elevated? She's only a junior, that's the scary part. Kai Hui, off the tape, right there is Meredith. Out of the back row, Herring, dug up by Nordyke. Kai Hui winds up, and it's down! Punahou with the early advantage. 4 kills for Liz Kai Hui.
What you're going to notice on this set, Kea giving her lots of room, plenty of room so that it's not a tight attack. She can take a good look at the court, and she sneaks it inside Becca Torres' hands.
This is for the game. Boy, Meredith didn't get a good swing on it. They go back to Kayanini. That's dug up by Kea. One time and over was Keala. Yogi. Herring, check that Nordyke out of the back row. Meredith off the high hands. Yogi saves it at the back line. Quick middle, Torres. And that one's not coming back as Yogi and Kea collided. And the game goes on.
Take a look at the replay here, swinging high, actually over the block there for the deep corner, and 2 Punahou defenders completely on the ground, scrambling.
These 2 titans slugging it out here in game 1. Kai Hui from the right side, that's coming over on the Punahou side. Nordyke has to hurry, she does. Opportunity now for Kamehameha. Kea hits on 2. We saw her do that last night against Moanalua, hitting from her center's position. And it comes at a big time for the Warriors.
Well, you see there, Liz Kai Hui went with her, but she left a little seam. She does not seal off the net, allowing that ball to sneak down in between her.
Kea did that last night against Moanalua in a critical Game 3 situation. Here comes Punahou with a chance to tie. Off the block and out. And we play on, tied at 26.
Anuhea Kayanini, so explosive and really so hungry as a sophomore, showing a lot more charisma out there.
Kai Hui serves, dug up by Young. Kea will leave it for Torres, rolls it over. Kai Hui's right there, back set to Kayanini, down! Herring makes a great save. Herring now, can she play it over? She does. Punahou, the chance to take the lead. Here comes Nordyke, Nordyke in the back row. Young! Got handcuffed in the back row. 7 kills for Larissa Nordyke and Punahou. Now with a chance for the game. The Warriors wait. Kai Hui serve. That is out. The way we're going, this game may never end.
It's tit for tat, I'll tell you. Back and forth. That's the one thing about rally scoring.
Jordan Meredith, who did not make an error last night in Game 3 against Moanalua. A critical service error right there for the 6-foot junior. And now, Feldman serving for the game. Punahou up by 1. Herring. Kea back to Herring. Oh, she didn't get a good run at it. Kayanini. And it's off the up antenna and out. She wanted to go line. She cut it too close down the line. It hit the up antenna.
Sometimes you want it so bad, you're swinging for game point. The set a little outside of her right shoulder, but again, catching that antenna. Once it hits the antenna, the point goes the other way.
28. Serving, 28. Morris, dug up by Kai Hui. Nordyke, cross court! And Santiago can't get her hand under it. 8 kills in this game for the girl who had a sprained ankle just 2 days ago.
I tell you, she's hitting that ball from about the 7-foot line out. The set could be a lot closer.
Kayanini hits it into the net. And a sigh of relief from Warrior fans. Kea, the senior setter, puts it in motion. Dug up by Yogi. Her sister Kea, here's Nordyke, blocked to the net. Kea bumps it. Herring hits from the back row. Here comes Nordyke once again, that's blocked. Saved by Yogi. Nordyke once again, blocked again. Nordyke a third time. That time, third time is a charm for Larissa Nordyke.
You've got some incredible blocking by Alex Akana here, just stuffing it. And she fails to move the block inside on that, and Larissa Nordyke just taking full advantage of that big, wide court.
Nordyke. Herring, that's in! And we're tied at 30. 6 big ones.
Incredible, explosive attack out of the back court for Herring.
And Lisa, what a gutsy move by just a special player to go for the deep line.
Well, you know, she came out of the right back and then actually hit out of the middle back. Very interesting approach onto that ball.
Step out move, Kuehu. Off the block, dug up by Kea. Here comes Herring once again, right arm smash, dug up by Yogi. Here comes Kai Hui, poked over. Right there is Vea. Yala feeds Meredith, off the line and out. Hit the net. It didn't stop it enough that it rolled out.
It trickles along the top of the net there and just out, dropping her arm just a little bit, trying to go really sharp on her attack there.
And so, for a fourth time, they serve for the game, and Kuehu cannot get it done.
I'll tell you, when they change that libero position like they have it in collegiate volleyball right now, where the libero can actually serve, things may change.
But right now, they want to substitute the libero. She must come out. Kea, Kai Hui. Saved by Kea. And double contact called on the center in Chris Blake.
That's a tough call, you know. Becca Torres turning and setting that ball. Great defensive up by Kea in the back right there. Set in a nice location, unfortunately called for a lift.
Warriors trying to tie it up once again. Torres, that's, whoa, Nordyke. Great dig, Kai Hui, tough angle, gets it to go over. Kea, Torres, Yogi, deflected off her arm. And I'm beginning to sound like a broken record. We're tied once again.
That's a great transition play by Kamehameha. Setting that middle, the quick attack to Becca Torres, who's having a fabulous night from all angles.
I think you're seeing history being made. I don't think we've ever seen a match like this. Nordyke, a blast to the back row.
And there's no cap on this game. You know, it goes to 25. It's incredible.
No cap is right. This could go on all night. Got to win by 2. And no team has been able to do that. Here comes Torres off the high hands, dug up by Kai Hui. Kai Hui will have to rescue that. Kamehameha with a chance to save this one. Here comes Meredith on the left side, dug up by Yogi. Great set by net violation. I was going to say a great set by Kea, but her back hit the net.
Oh, she got in there so quick, and I think she really, you know, she saved that ball, but she just barely came down netting on it. There you see her expression.
Actually, she didn't hit the net, but she went over the center line, and Meredith, the second straight time she goes to the service line in a crucial situation, a service error pops up. Game point again for Punahou, and that's long. Feldman sails it long.
You know, they just really want to play. I think that's what this is all about. They're having so much fun out there. Let's just keep playing. We got the arena almost, you know, look at this crowd. Incredible crowd.
They're on
support.
their feet. At least the kids are.
Let's just keep playing.
Torres into the net.
I think if I were the coach, I'd ask them to settle down and really breathe first and focus. You just get that ball over and you get it in.
And for an 8th time, Punahou serving for the first game. Herring! Dug up by Kaihui. Illegal contact. So Kea, the setter, points to herself and says, my bad. That's 2 errors on the setter.
The sophomore setter.
Yeah, her sister, the senior, looking right at her across the net.
Mom and dad, who knows where they are. Their
Yeah,
hearts
somewhere in
pounding.
the masses here. I wonder if they're sitting on opposite sides.
They got to wear blue and white, though.
Nordyke, destination, floor, 10 kills for Larissa Nordyke.
She really makes the best out of that set. She goes up and over Keola, Logan Keola there on the outside block.
Jim Ives came to the scoring table, wanted to know who the next server was, and found out it was Nordyke, said, play on. Warriors now. Keala off the block. Kea now. Kai Hui. Torres with a rescue save. Kai Hui once again. Is it coming back? It ain't! And Punahou has captured game 1 in epic proportion, 37-35. If the rest of the match is like this, we're in for a dandy. We'll be back for game 2 action right after this.
This OC16 sports presentation is brought to you by the Tony Group Autoplex, Hawaii's Auto Mall.
37-35 was the score of game 1. Punahou coming out on top. They certainly had the advantage numerous times serving for the game, and on the 9th time, Kai Hui puts it in the back row, and Tatiana Santiago, the libero, can't come up with it, and that ends perhaps the longest game 1 in tournament history. And this is a picture of the U.S. national team, and members of that team down to your far left is Kanani Herring. The libero is actually Sydney Yogi, and we also have Meredith, Jordan Meredith, number 13. That is the U.S. junior national team. 3 members of that team in competition tonight. First game highlights, where do we start? Well, we'll start with a step-out move by Kuehu. And some good defense by Kamehameha. Herring getting into it. Giannini getting stuffed. And Larissa Nordyke coming back from that injured ankle. She had 10 kills in game 1. She was certainly a big factor in that one. Kai Hui also swinging a lively arm, and that was the last one. And the celebration by the Punahou fans as they are happy and elated to see that game 1 over and done with. Let's take a look at the numbers.
Well, it's no surprise how close these numbers are. Here you see Kamehameha with 16 kills, Punahou with only 2 more. Hitting errors, very similar. Total attempts, Punahou with more attempts. Kill percentages, Punahou squeaking by at 145. Kamehameha usually a much higher hitting percentage in their games this season. Both teams with 3 blocks, 25 digs for Punahou, 26 for Kamehameha. Service aces versus errors, Kamehameha with 5 service errors, Punahou with 7. Just a tight match, really could have went either way.
The kill leaders, you're looking at her. Nordyke with 10, Kai Hui with 5, and on the Warriors side, Herring with 6, and Becca Torres out of her middle blocking position has 5. Back on October 19th, the second time these two teams met, Kamehameha won in 3 games, but Kamehameha lost the first game. A bit of history there as we are underway here in game 2. Nice dig there by Kamehameha. Herring puts it down. Warriors now with a chance. Hit on two was Kea. And the senior setter gets it done.
Well, she takes the ball into her own control and tips it right over the top.
You know, she missed early on in the season because of academic problems, but certainly has improved her game and her grades to where what she's interested in Pepperdine.
That's right. My understanding is that she's headed to Pepperdine to
Headed
play
to Pepperdine.
up there. That's right.
Big hit by Kamehameha. Torres, that trickles across the net. Here comes Nordyke. That is blocked. Good defense by the Warriors. Nordyke one more time, dug up by Young. Way across to the near side, and Herring pulls it off the block and in.
Look to Kanani Herring to get a little bit more offensively involved in this second game here. Picking up her play, hitting high off the block for her first kill of this game, number 2.
7 kills for Herring thus far. First of game 2. Giannini rolls it over. Here comes a quick middle, and that's dug up by Kea and out of bounds. But wow, the velocity by Becca Torres.
Becca Torres driving hard in the middle, really wanting the ball, getting up, and almost taking out Kea in the backcourt there.
Got Torres at 6 kills thus far. Kamehameha. Kuehu stuffed by the juniors, the tandem of Herring and Torres.
That's a sweet block. There is no fooling them there. They both completely, fully committed. Herring coming in from the left front, helping out the middle blocker, Torres.
Meredith gets her serve in. Here comes Nordyke, wanted to go line, stuffed. Giannini, stuffed. Dug up by Kamehameha. Nordyke stuffed again. That is 3 stuffs. Warriors now with a chance for the point. Here comes Herring. Herring off the block and in. Defense, defense, and then the smash by Herring.
Herring really coming out, all cylinders firing, looking a lot smoother and swinging all out.
That last point made possible by 3 great blocks by the Warrior defense. A 5-0 run to start game 2, and Chris Blake talking to his troops and said, keep it up.
Well, he said something right, because, you know, their front court blocking has really, just like you shared, incredible blocking.
Let's take a look at the Warrior defense from NetCam. Up close and personal.
Sealing at the net. Look at Becca Torres cheating all the way out there, blocking on the outside. And then again, you'll see one more play here. Herring attacking the ball.
Well, we missed one of the blocks. Must have picked it up later in the replay. That was 3 big stuffs.
And that can really elevate the momentum on
Yeah.
your side. It shakes up the hitters on the other side. They're thinking, do I swing? Either Punahou has to set a little further away, so again, that the hitters have more room to attack the ball. Not so close.
You know, Punahou tried that step-out move with Shanale Kuehu twice. It worked once. It didn't work the other time. They have not gone to it.
They haven't went back to it. You're absolutely right.
Jump serve by Meredith in the back row, dug up by Yogi. Here comes Nordyke. Well, that just snuck through the hands of Rebecca Torres as she turned around and noticed the ball was right there.
And again, the set's far enough off now, giving Nordyke the vision she needs to use the hands of the blockers out there. It's a nice form block, but Nordyke just uses the outside hands.
Herring plays it into the back row. Punahou with a chance now to pick up another point. That is off the block and out to the point. Punahou, Kuehu picking up her 2nd kill.
That's a step out you were just talking about. Kanani Herring drifting a little bit on her block there and ends up getting used.
Jim Iams must have heard me talking about, hey, they haven't gone to that step out move. Yogi makes it up. Nordyke off the double block. Good set by Kea. Herring saved by Kamehameha. Nordyke blocked. Dug up by Yogi. Kamehameha plays it in the back row. Young. Sure hands of Kea. Step up move, Kuehu, and that's in. Boy, we talked about it, and they run it back to back in Kuehu now with 3 kills.
She's had a lot of success with that move earlier in the season, like we said. The set, great set location. Look to them to keep feeding her the ball.
She is just a weapon there from her middle blocking position. A 2-time All-State basketball player, Player of the Year last year, and leading Punahou to the state basketball title, trying to lead her team to the state volleyball title. Herring. That was off her arm. And out. It came back, hit her arm, out, point Punahou.
That was off of her arm, but nobody picked it up. Off of her left elbow. A nice block in the middle there by Kuehu. Shaking their heads.
Kuehu has come up big here in game number 2. Torres serves up an ace.
Becca Torres getting a nice toss, full extension, and rips the ball down the line. Kamehameha coming out really hungry this match, getting out to a 5-0 lead and putting a lot of pressure on Punahou to pass first.
Rebecca Torres, as you see her right there. Kea, the setter.
Okay, the setter, a 5-1 setter. She's the only setter. So right now she's in the front court. She has 2 attackers.
Chris Blake, 2005 Coach of the Year, leading the Warriors to his first state championship, 13th overall for Kamehameha. Kea. Well, Torres wasn't the primary hitter on that, as she was surprised when she got the ball. Here comes Nordyke off the high hands. Santiago digs it up. Kea outside to Herring. Herring, oh, the soft shot. But a great dig by Kianini. Fiala puts it in the back row. Step out move again. They want to touch. They're not going to get it. Point Warriors.
Great scrambling effort there by both teams. Kuehu on the step out just doesn't get enough on top of the ball. She's got to remember to snap her wrist there.
8 serving. Oh, and another ace for Torres. Boy, just like a split finger fastball in baseball. Here comes the ball, and the bottom just drops out of it.
Well, she's having a great vision on the court right there. She sees it, she comes all out at the ball, and then she takes a little something off of it.
Substitution as Kianini steps out of the ball game, and Diana Hiramoto checks back in. Hiramoto was the one who replaced Nordyke in the Kamehameha School's Big Island game when Nordyke got hurt. Is that another ace? Yes, it is.
Well, when you're hot, you're hot.
Back to back aces for Becca Torres.
Jim Imes and company need to change something up on their serve receive over there. That was a nice run, though.
Plays her club ball with Hiva. Liz Kai Hui seeing her team down by 6, but up a game here in the match. So Kianini back in for Punahou. Herring, stutter step, pulls it off the block. Boy, she was hesitant coming up, but it worked out.
Well, it's a smart play by the Warriors because they pull Herring in. They know that Punahou knows they're going to set her, but they pull her to the inside position there instead of to the high outside, giving her more versatility.
10 kills for Herring thus far. Step out move by Kuehu again. Santiago is right there. Becca Torres out of the back row, and that's out of the back line.
I like that transition play if it works. This is a great scrambling effort there by Santiago. They set the pipe, and Torres just hits it long. So
Jim Imes along the sidelines making some substitutions. Make sure he gets the right service rotation. And we're ready for play. Sarah Boudard served that one. Herring! Oh, that dug it by Kayanini in the overpass, put down by Herring, but Punahou was right there. Whoa, what a rocket! Here comes Herring once again, and that one ain't coming back.
That was a drill of a kill. Kayanini just sitting in that right back just took it. And she says, let me show you how that's done one more time. You are not going to dig me now.
Credit Anuhea Kayanini for stepping right in front of that rocket. Kai Hui out of bounds. Point Warriors.
The set a little low for her there. The inside, again, they're pulling that outside hitter to the inside a little bit more, but she doesn't get her feet lined up correctly.
Herring, double-digit kills. Kai Hui. Horace is right there. Meredith winds up swings, dug up by Yogi. Kai Hui off the antenna and out. Point Kamehameha.
Great defense, nice set by Kayanini to the outside, but just nabs that antenna again.
A 9-point lead for the Warriors of Kamehameha. Certainly the biggest margin of the night by these two teams. Blocked at the net. Nordyke dug up by Herring. Meredith blocked. 4 hits. No, that didn't even go over. Didn't touch anybody on the Punahou side. Hit the net.
But what a great dig by Herring in the backcourt. Check this out, sprawled out. She is all over the place. The set high and outside.
She gets a lot of notoriety for her big bombs, but her passing is stellar.
Her all-around game, her blocking, everything.
That's blocked. Roofed and in, and a point for Punahou. That fell right back on the Kamehameha side.
That's a nice block on the outside by Punahou, just waiting for the attack, and Kayanini just sealing it off, going straight over, penetrating, and not allowing that ball to get through her.
Kea, service. Santiago, Kea, big hit by Keala, gets it to go down. Logan Keala. We'll step aside here. We're in game 2. Warriors in control 15-7, and we'll be back. This tournament is being brought to you by New City Nissan. Well, we're looking at the state titles. And we're missing a couple of numbers. Actually, Kamehameha with 13 and Punahou 6. So Kamehameha with 13 state championships. There we go. Somebody just forgot the 1. What a difference that makes. And Punahou with 6. The last one for Kamehameha just last year. The last one for Punahou, 2004. Service out. Cassidy Young can't find the corner. Seven points between these two schools as Kai Hui. Service. Young digs it. Kea. Meredith. That's it. Jordan Meredith.
Getting a nice swing on the outside. She's given line and she takes it. There you see they've tried to stop her on her angle. They've had a lot of success with that tonight, and she finally takes that line for the kill.
Nordyke. That's her 12th big hit of the night.
Nordyke with 0 hitting errors tonight. You would never know that this young lady sprained her ankle, 3 nights ago. You can see her leadership out there on the court. Play in and play out.
Kea, they'll leave it for Meredith. Off the block. Kea, quick middle attack, and that's Kuehu. Shonale Kuehu, 4th kill for Chanelay.
You got to give credit to Kea. There is not one blocker in the middle there honoring Kuehu, and so she sets her with nobody up.
Blocked was Meredith. Check that was Torres. Now Meredith hits. Here comes Nordyke, tools it off the block, and she remains perfect on the night. Lucky 13.
And again, the set, perfect location, giving her lots of room to see and visualize what's ahead of her.
She has certainly brought her A game to this championship match. Torres saved by Punahou. Torres again. Took a little off of it this time, put it right between the two blockers.
And Torres really stepping it up here. She drills this ball, and Nordyke just sits there and digs it over on one, but then she takes a little bit off for the second kill.
While we were in replay, Meredith, who is struggling from the line, hits it into the net again. Becca Torres now with 8 kills for Chris Blake's team, as Kayanini returns the favor and puts it in the net. Jim Imes' team. See Kainoa Downing in the background, down by 6. Service by Torres. She has 3 aces on this night. Is that Nordyke once again? It is.
It is. As she rotates into the back court there, she is just having a heck of a night on the outside in that power hitting position, having her way with almost every ball she's hit.
Kamehameha has yet to have an answer for Larissa Nordyke. 14 kills, no errors. Out of the back row comes Torres. Step out move, Kuehu. Got it. 5 kills for Chanelay.
Here she comes for that step out. She's had, again, I say it again and again, she's had lots of success on this step out. More from the step out than she has actually from the middle.
And watch as she's cutting the angle, and Kamehameha tries to cover that angle, she'll go down the line.
It's a very hard ball to block. Unless you have 2 up on her, she's got a lot of room to go in different ways.
And she moves well for 5'11". I mean, she's getting on that step out in a rapid motion. There's the serve. Santiago. Boy, Kea just prevented an overpass there. Here comes Kai Hui, and that's in. The gal who's all ready to commit and will play next year in this building. Hits it. 6 kills for Liz Kai Hui, and a timeout on the court. Anyone for coffee? 1132 Cafe is downtown Honolulu's newest cafe, with an assortment of sandwiches, soups, and salads. They also have a wide variety of Java. You can find them 1132 Bishop Street in downtown Honolulu. Let's take a look at the Zippies fan cam. Oh, the supporters are out. Is that Eric Shoji I just saw from the boys Punahou team? That might have been him.
I'm sure it was.
I'm sure it was, along with his teammates, Spencer McLaughlin, who is on his way to Stanford next year, and Riley McKibben on his way to Southern Cal. Well, that took some time to create. I guess face painting was the big thing up at the Kapalama Heights campus today.
That's right. It sure looks like it, doesn't it?
Boy, a lot of those Warrior fans came with their... Was it Halloween last week? Well, you know kids, they like to stretch things out. Herring off the high block. Kai Hui, Santiago, overpass. Can they save it? No. Akana can't dig it up. And a point for Punahou, and uh-oh, here come the buff and blue.
That's a really tough play to save that by Kea. The ball's going over. She tries to swing on it. She's got 2 blockers completely clamped on her.
Punahou had a Kamehameha had a 9-point lead Punahou has cut it to 2. Herring, that's blocked. Fiala rolls it over. Punahou with a chance to cut it to 1. Step out move, Kuehu, that's blocked. No, 4 hits, hit the tape. Herring was there anyway.
Herring on that block actually stayed with the attacker and went straight up. She wasn't going to be fooled that time. There on the step out, she was all over that ball.
So now a 3-point advantage for the Warriors. Kai Hui. Oh, man. That's dug up by Santiago. And Herring is roofed. And Kuehu let out a scream when she stuffed the State Player of the Year.
Look at her. She just waits. She goes straight up and over and completely penetrates on the ball, lined up with her right shoulder, with Herring's right shoulder, and completely stuffs that ball.
Well, the many times these two teams have met, Kuehu has had a lot of opportunities to see Herring. And Herring, the set was a little off, and she made the best of that situation, and she gets it to go down, and it's 12 kills for Kanani.
That's right. She had a good vision. She got to the ball. She got 2 blockers camping out on her.
Look at the brakes. Look how she just puts on the brakes there before.
Mid-air.
Yeah, air brakes. Kea, cross court to Meredith. A little too much air under it.
Here you see Meredith not getting a great approach to the ball. She takes a 2-step approach to the ball, not real smooth, and I think that's what's happening. She's not getting both feet to the ball.
Kamehameha with 20, Punahou with 18. Punahou up a game. Lele Pale, Courtney Lele Pale with the illegal contact.
Akana getting involved in the offense. Not real strong, but you know what? She makes the best of the set given to her. She's a youngster out there in the starting lineup as a sophomore. Alex Akana, her grandfather, Alex Kane, for years the athletic director at Kailua.
Football coach at Kailua as well.
That's right. Comes from that famous family. Lots of athletes.
Cassidy Young, the junior defensive specialist, serves up an ace.
She serves with the ace and she comes in jumping all over the place, really sending some motivation into her team's hearts.
That is the 5th ace dealt by this Warrior team as Punahou wants to talk things over. Kamehameha 3 points away from sending it to a 3rd and decisive game. Well, as you take a look at the Kamehameha huddle, Chris Blake there on the far side. Maunalani Volleyball Club. And let's see if we can listen in. And on the opposite end, Jim Imes. Four points separate these two great teams here in game 2. As Punahou's already won game 1 in epic fashion, 37-35, and the kill leader update board, Nordyke, 14 kills. Not only 14 kills, but no errors. Herring, the leader for Kamehameha with a dozen. Service. Here comes Punahou. No, check that. That is Keanini. Anuhea Keanini, 3rd kill of the night for the sophomore.
She has so much energy out there on the outside and is so explosive. Every time she attacks the ball, she like screams and grits her teeth.
Torres. That's in. Point, Warriors.
Becca Torres just doing it all offensively for her team. There she hits high off of the hands of Keanini. Actually off of the tape, but it goes down the line and it's good.
Keala puts it in motion. They'll leave it for Keanini. Off the block. Right there was Herring. Young hits it on 3. Here comes Nordyke. 15th kill. No errors still.
Nordyke just hitting high off of the outside blocker. Kea actually pops it off of her head. There you see a nice sealed block, but she hits it so high and off the hand, she tools the block.
Nordyke, recruited by UCLA and Santa Clara, and she's just committed to UC Irvine. As Feldman, boy, we've seen her serve very well in previous games, and she's struggling tonight from the line. Now the Warriors with game point opportunity, and Meredith in the server's position. Here comes Keanini off the high hands and out. Point Punahou.
It's a nice execution by Punahou, running a transition play off of a perfect pass, setting Keanini on the cross or the X play.
Keanini, her sister Lane Nundy, playing for Iolani.
And the 2 Kea sisters here playing opposite each other as well.
Yep.
Sister acts going to different schools.
Private schools nonetheless. Kale, quick hit, Torres, yes, we will go to a 3rd and final game. 25-21, the Warriors respond. We'll have the dramatic finish of this state final between Kamehameha and Punahou when we come back. They just announced the attendance here at the Stan Sheriff Center. Close to 5,000 people in attendance tonight to watch a classic between 2 old-time rivals of the ILH. And the Warriors came back in game number 2 with defense as Herring led the charge. Herring with 12 kills thus far in the match. Punahou just didn't lie down and roll over. Elizabeth Nordyke, who is perfect on the night. Meredith put that one away. Check that, Becca Torres put that away. And Chris Blake will play a 3rd and decisive game. Let's take a look at the numbers from game 2.
Check this out. We got Punahou and Kamehameha at 30 kills each. Hitting errors, Kamehameha with more, still coming out on top in the 2nd game. Total attempts, Punahou with 100 total attempts. Kill percentage, Punahou leading by just squeaking by Kamehameha. And again, Kamehameha coming out on top. Punahou out blocking the Warriors, but the Warriors, I talked about it earlier, defense out digging and actually out serving with their aces. 5 service aces, 8 errors. Punahou with 1 service ace and 9 service errors here in game 2.
Free points, that's what they call them.
Free points, the giveaways.
So both schools looking to wrap up a state championship. Kamehameha looking for its 14th title. You know, at 14 titles, you would think that there would be a lot of coaches involved in this. Actually, there's only 3 coaches in the entire 14 championships won by Kamehameha. Ku Ipo Lum had 5. The legendary Dan Kitashima with 7. And then Chris Blake with last year's championship. Let's update tonight's Zippy's keys to the match.
We talked about this earlier before the match began. For Kamehameha, the defense. We know offensively they've been a weapon. They've been a weapon all season. They've got lots of guns to go to. Kanani Herring leading them, Becca Torres as well. But their defense tonight has really been excellent. As for Punahou, they just need to key on the little things. So many contributing factors for them to get the ball to Larissa Nordyke every time. They've got a pass, they've got a set. Those are what I term the unsung heroes. Those little things make that team tick.
Nordyke is perfect tonight. 15 kills, no errors. as we are set now to start game 3 as Meredith puts it in motion. Punahou, first hit, Kuehu, count it.
Kuehu just drilling that ball past a double Kamehameha block and a big block at that. Herring and Torres there.
6 kills for Chanale Kuehu. Young had to really come up for that one. And Torres puts it down.
And they say, we can run the one quick and fast and explosive just like you. Torres, though, coming out of that right front to hit that one attack.
A 3-year starter for these Warriors. Only a junior. A lot of time spent here. Saved by Santiago as her body hits the floor. Step out move, Kuehu. That's out. Nice job by Logan Keala to get out of the way. Wow, look at the diving save by Tatiana Santiago.
Check out the step out by Kuehu here. Just long, asking for a touch, but didn't get one. Back to that outstretched dig by Santiago. Thank God this is one of those sports courts. It's a little softer than those hard wooden floors.
She's roofed, and that's the first time that they've had an answer for Larissa Nordijk.
And that is exactly what Kamehameha needs. They set up a great block. Alex Akana stuffing that.
Torres, good serve. She already has 3 aces on the night. Kea hitting. Kaihui, netting.
Swinging all out from the back court there. You see the approach to the ball. She swings, she just drops her arm just a little.
Boy, Liz Kaihui really came up big in the match against McKinley. They can't save it there. Came up big because that's the match that Nordijk went down, and they really needed to rely on the senior to pull Punahou through.
That's right. Becca Torres back there bombing serves. She's had a great night serving, putting Punahou into a lot of pressure to pass first.
And just as you're talking about her serving, she hits it out. Kamehameha leads it 5-2 here in game 3. Game 1 was a thriller, 37-35. Kamehameha won game 2, and here game 3, and Kaihui goes down the line and hits. 7th kill for Kaihui. You can watch this on the World Wide Web. You see the address, call a friend, call the mainland, call halfway around the world. Tell them the best volleyball in the country is being shown right now on the high school level. Kea. Herring. Boy, did you see her cut that ball? Lisa, even you are dumbfounded by that.
I'm amazed because she flew through the air and had a great approach. We need to slow-mo that. It's unbelievable. Even Sydney Yogi's just kind of chuckling, going, oh my goodness gracious.
Anani Herring with 13. And that was spectacular. Kaihui, stuff, saved by Kaihui and Bianini.
Well, they had 3 blockers up on her out there. There was no doubt where they were going to set that ball. All 3 blockers, Herring, Akana, and Keala, I believe it was were out there blocking. Excellent block.
7, serving 3. Step out move again by Kuehu. Torres might have been better to let that one go. And Young can't catch up to it. Check that. That was Keala.
Keala. Check this hustle out on the slide there. Nice defense. Becca Torres getting a hand of it. But look at Kea scrambling, running down, and a little confusion there between the 2.
Well, I'm just impressed with the liberos in this match. Yogi and Santiago. They don't get much pub, but they are all over the court. Step out move by Herring. Off the block. Can Punahou save it? Yes, they do. And oh! Look what I found, says Liz Kaihui. I'll just hit it into the back row. No one home at the back door.
There you go. That whole play made completely possible by the soft block, the left front over there, by Elizabeth Kaihui.
Kaihui approaching double-digit kills.
They call that block a soft block because she doesn't stuff block her and she doesn't get used, but she lines up with the hitter and she takes just a little something off of it so that her team can actually continue to play the ball.
Target by Santiago. Herring!
Now, where did she come from on that attack? It's called the right front. She came around and hit the pipe. There you see her coming around. Whew. Slicing and dicing things up just a little bit.
And an ace for Herring. Yep, aces are wild.
Just dropping that ball right into the Punahou serve receive.
Herring floats it over. Here comes Kaihui. She stuffed, ball ping-ponged around over on the Kamehameha side. Meredith takes a little off of it. Kaihui uses the block to her advantage. 9th kill for Kaihui.
Again, a little tiny seam in that block. Take another look at it, and she finds the seam. She challenges the seam for the kill.
That ball was intended for Logan Kayala.
A little risky set there. Kea going for the double quick attack. One comes in on the front quick and one comes in on the back quick.
Here comes Herring. That's it. Boy, she went for the sideline and she zeroed in on the target, found it.
That's a smart play by Kea right now. Feeding Herring is the best route to go. She's hot. She's had how many kills tonight, Russ? She's just dominating. 15 kills. Probably half of those from the back court right now.
Giannini, that's dug up by Young. Herring again! 16 big ones for last year's Player of the Year.
Well, I think she likes hitting from the back court. What do you think?
I think she does. Coach, don't put me in the front court.
There's no blocker on her. She has the whole field of vision there. She's slicing and dicing, moving the ball around.
Plus, she can take a running start.
And with her hang time.
Speaking of hang time, Kaihui hangs and delivers for Punahou.
Kaihui hitting from the right side this time. There you see the blocker, Meredith, giving her line, and Kaihui taking it.
She's got 10 on the night. Warriors wait and dig. Set. 4 hits as it hit the tape. The lead is only 2 now for Kamehameha.
Here on the replay, you see Kea jump setting, makes an awesome set out of a very tight pass that they cannot execute.
Torres, back row, that's gonna go out, it does. And so Kamehameha increases its lead to 3. And Kayala gets the sign from Coach Chris Blake, where to serve. She goes right at the libero. That's punched over. Free ball opportunity now, as Meredith gives it right back to Punahou. Here comes Nordyke. Bumped up, can't save it.
Nordyke working her magic there on the outside. She's back into the front court right now. Hits off the hands and the head of Kea.
16 kills for Nordyke tonight. Service by Hiromoto. And that's just a nice hit as Becca Torres uses the block. They'll switch sides here, and we'll continue Game 3 of the state volleyball final. Stay with us. I asked Chris Blake what makes Kanani Herring different from last year to this year. Well, she hits harder, jumps higher. She works harder than anyone else. She knows everyone is after her. The thing is, she makes everyone around her better. The overpass, lift call is the call by the referee. Ryan Sakagawa doesn't set well with Punahou fans.
There you see Kanani Herring sliding over. Just staying with her attacker, Kuehu.
Nordyke uses the block to perfection. 17.
That said, again, a nice location. She's using the outside hand of Kea there.
Marissa Nordyke is saving her best for last. Her previous season high was 15 against Iolani. She has 17 tonight. Herring cuts that ball. Saw the double block, cut it sharply right to the corner.
Down that line, a high reach extension over the outside blocker, Kea there. There you take a look at it. Smart, savvy shot.
Yeah, she noticed that Kuehu was the inside blocker and the smaller blocker was on the outside.
That's
and hit
right.
it towards her.
Exactly.
Torres, dipping shot. She already has 4 aces. Here comes Nordyke off the high hand. Santiago's right there. Kea now, quick middle attack to Akana. Alex Akana. Go ahead.
No, she's just working so hard out there. She just blocks, she drives off the net and comes back in for a quick transition. Give the kiddo credit.
Yeah, only a sophomore. A lot of the upper class players prepared her for her first state tournament. Told her what to expect, what is expected of her. She has delivered with 2 kills tonight. Smart move by the setter Kea, but she netted in the process, and Jim Imes wants a timeout.
It's a good opportunity, but she just tags the top of the net there, and the sophomore is frustrated with herself.
Jim Imes, with many years on the mainland, coaching women's volleyball on the collegiate level and then the international level. Came back home to put a championship on his mantle, a girls' championship. He already has 3 boys' titles to his credit. Graduate of the school.
Also a volleyball player his senior year in high school as well. But primarily he says his sport was basketball.
I can see why. Okay.
A little.
There, Lisa, you can sit down and stuff. Is that moving? Okay. Back to volleyball.
There we go.
It'll be 17. Serving 11. As Torres already has 4 aces. Back up by Kayanini. Right back to Kayanini, out of the back row, and that's out.
And this is a great rotation for Kamehameha. You got Kanani Herring in the front court there. You got Becca Torres back there blasting balls away.
Torres stuck up. Outside to Nordyke. Santiago sprawls out to save that ball. Punahou with a chance to cut into the lead, step out, move, and Kuehu delivers.
Kuehu on that step out, having a lot of success. We said that earlier. She seemed to really have that down, that step out move.
She too approaching double digits in the kill department. Herring puts it over the double block. Kaihui right at Torres and knocks her to her knees.
Kaihui delivering when Punahou really, really needs it. Kamehameha taking her angle, and she drills it down the line. There you see another great set.
That's dug up, overpass, put down. Punahou's right there. Kuehu. Nobody's there as they look up at the up referee, Ryan Sakagawa. They wanted a lift call on Kuehu, but they have to learn to play on.
That's right. You can scream as loud as you want, but you play until you hear that whistle and until you're sure you hear that whistle. Never, ever stop.
At least 3 members of this Kamehameha team looked up and stopped. And that afforded Punahou to get the point right there. So that's what probably Chris Blake is talking about.
Saying, let it go, move on, next play.
Nordyke. Here comes Herring. That's in. Boy, just when you think that ball is going to go out, it just bottoms out and finds its way inside the court.
I have to agree with you. It did look like it was going to go out, but it did bottom out for yet another Herring kill.
The topspin and the velocity that the ball comes at. Here comes Kaehui. She cuts it right through the block. And these are the bomb squad between these two teams, Kaehui and Herring.
Kaehui on the high outside again, swinging down that line. 12 kills tonight.
Budar with the service. Big middle attack. And the sophomore who started most of this season delivers here in the tournament.
And again, she drives the middle hard. Nobody is expecting her to be set because all night long it's been high and outside and high and outside.
So Herring's in the back row. He's the one that just served that ball. Nordyke plays it in. Herring calls for it, gives it to Meredith. Oh, that's just ping-ponged over and out. Oh, and Keala thought she had all of the Punahou players up near the 10-foot line and had a wide open court.
Here you see Kaehui sprawling out. And Keala just,
that was a great dig by Kaehui.
It really was. She sprawled completely out. Actually, Meredith kind of whiffled that ball. It really wasn't a great hit. It had some like backspin on it, so it went down a lot quicker than you would have expected.
4-point lead for the defending state champions. Akana saved by Yogi. Kaehui puts it into the back row. Do they set Herring? No, Meredith outside off the high heads, dug up by Nordyke. Coming to the near side is Kaehui off that block. And it's down for a point, and Punahou inches closer. 13 kills for Kaehui.
Kaehui swinging away, high off of the hands, and a great effort by Becca Torres, but she just cannot rescue that ball.
These girls must be exhausted. I mean, Punahou played one more match than Kamehameha in this tournament because they had to do it in the first round. But that first game, 37-35, as it went back and forth and back and forth. Who wants it more? Herring, Nordyke is right there. Giannini on the far side. Meredith, that's out.
Meredith coming with a big windup. Chris Blake asking, how many timeouts do I have?
And he's going to take one right here. With so much on the line, and the margin oh so close. Both teams will take a sit and talk about these final points of this state final. This tournament is being brought to you by New City Nissan. Big mahalo going out to the folks at New City. Frank Kudo, John Uikawa, and Eddie Ponciano. New City Nissan. Volleyball Tonight, football. Tomorrow night, OIA style. We'll have the white championship game for you at 4 o'clock. Kaimuki taking on Waipahu. And then we'll have the red championship in a battle of titans as the Red Raiders of Kahuku take on the Sea Riders of Waianae. That's OIA football live tomorrow starting at 4 in the afternoon. Nordyke, very few errors. I believe only one in the 16 kills that she has tonight. Herring. Nordyke just couldn't catch up with that.
Herring flying out of that backcourt again, just drilling the ball, having her way, slicing and dicing from that pipe position from the backcourt.
20 kills for Kanani Herring. She loves that back row. Kai Hui off the block. Herring saves it. Cassidy Young plays it over. They leave it for Keanini. Roll shot. Meredith line. Kai Hui right there. Right back to Kai Hui. And that's out. Out is the call.
Liz Kai Hui just trying to cut it a little too sharp there.
Kamehameha, 3 points away from back-to-back state titles. Young service. Dale. Kamehameha will get a good chance here. Oh, overpass! Oh, and a big passing error right there.
Big passing error. Nordyke just keeping the ball in play. Meredith with the overpass and the kill.
Kai Hui, pick up by Young. Here comes Torres off the high hands, saved by Kai Hui. Nordyke, blocked, comes down on the Punahou side. Can it be saved? Nordyke one more time. That's blocked and down. Once again, credit that Kamehameha defense.
Here on the replay, you see the high outside set to Nordyke. And Keola just getting a great block. Posting the block is what they call it. She lines up with her right hand and seals it for the point.
Several times tonight, Punahou, 1, 2, 3 times at it, and Kamehameha just stonewalls the buff and blue.
Well, that first match going to 37-35 just set the tone for this whole state championship. I mean, that may have made history as far as the longest game. I'm not sure, but it was dynamo.
Certainly was, and what we could expect from these two schools. But it is crunch time for both teams as the Warriors with 2 points needed for championship number 2 in a row and 14 overall. Keala serving. Yogi's right there. Here comes Nordyke, gets it to go through. Kea and Torres formed the double wall, but it didn't matter. Nordyke went right through it.
Nordyke just really swinging hard and powering through that block. They're lined up well with her, but she sneaks it through them, powering.
Nordyke, back on September 16th, beat Kamehameha on her birthday. She would no doubt like to make a return favor here, and oh! Service error. Hiramoto. And at that moment, Kamehameha fans are on their feet as Meredith will be serving for the match. Yogi dug up high on the outside to Nordyke, and Punahou won't go away.
Not just yet. Nordyke is not going to let that happen. And again, she sneaks it through. She powers it through the hands of Becca Torres up there in the front court.
Punahou can't make a mistake. Oh, tough serve as Herring saved it. Here's Torres. It's down. And Kamehameha are the 2006 girls volleyball champions. Back to back by Kamehameha. Punahou, a valiant effort as the Warriors claim their second straight title, and we'll be back to meet the stars of the show right after this. Back to the Stan Sheriff Center on the UH Manoa campus. Close to 5,000 people here in this arena saw Kamehameha after dropping an emotional, hard-fought game one, 37-35, came back in two straight, 25-21 and 25-21 to claim its second consecutive state championship, number 14 in all. The star of the show, no doubt, Kanani Herring. Go ahead, Kanani, say hello to who you want to say hello to.
Hi, my family. Hi, Grandma. Hi, Papa. Wish you were here. All my other family.
Well, I could say it was an easy task for you, but I know it's not an easy task. Punahou was a worthy opponent tonight.
Oh, they did so well. I'm so proud of them. They gave us, we had to work hard. You know, they didn't just give it to us. You know, we had to work hard to, get where we are right now. You know, this celebration, this enjoyment that we have. I'm so proud of everybody.
You're such a great example on the court for all your teammates. You seem very humble, but at the same time, you lead by your example, being so dynamic. I need to ask you whether you like hitting out of the front court or the back court better.
I like both. First, I didn't really know the back row, how it works, and we've been trying to work on it. And Kaya's just been putting some awesome sets with our passing awesome. And I'm enjoying both at the same time.
Kanani, that game one, 37-35, it would have been easy for any member of your team and you to give up as that thing went back and forth. Punahou was serving for the game 8-9 times. You didn't give up. Is that what you girls were saying back there?
We weren't ready to give up yet. We were like, come on, we need this game. Let's start off. We got to start off strong. We can't just give it to them with our bad passing or hitting errors. We have to let them challenge themselves to beat us. We all work hard.
So after that first game, what did the coaching staff of the Kamehameha of your team, what did they say to you guys? That was a long, hard-fought battle, and at the same time, you had to come back and take game number 2 and game number 3.
He just said, we came this far. Let's not give it up now. We're always letting down at certain points, and we need to just shut the door and just press on for the game ending. And he was just telling us, don't give up, come on. The game's not over yet. We have a lot of time left. We can still do it. Let's go. Here we go.
Kanani with 20 kills tonight, certainly a dominating player in the league and in this tournament. Your stint on the U.S. junior national team this past summer, playing with so many fine players across the country and international play. How much did that elevate your game? I mean, it's scary to think that your game could be that much better, but there you are, the picture of that national team, and number 8 right there, along with Meredith and Sydney Yogi over from Punahou. How much did that improve your game and your experience in volleyball?
It did improve my game a whole lot, playing with these elite players from all over this nation. These are the people I'm going to be hopefully seeing in college.
Yep.
And, we each all better everyone. So
yeah.
It's a good,
good experience?
Yeah, good experience.
You'd no doubt like to make the team again. Of course, I think the World Championships are in Mexico this year? Okay, no doubt you will be on that team with a performance like you did tonight. Kanani Herring, 20 kills, state champion. Once again, the Warriors proved to be exactly that as they defeat Punahou 2-1, and we'll be right back. Back here at the Stan Sheriff Center, the Warriors getting gifts as champions once again of girls high school volleyball. Russell Shamoka here courtside with you, and we have the winning coach sideline with us. Chris Blake, you just won another state championship. Where are you going now?
We're going to go home and relax on this big match. I mean, Punahou played great. They're a great team, you know, and we were lucky enough to come together and pull together like we talked about all season long for the girls to play with heart. And that's what it was for us, is talking to them about what they had to do. We knew what we had to do and play with heart, and Punahou's a great team. It's unfortunate someone had to lose.
Yeah, talk about that emotional roller coaster there in game one.
I mean, I bet you aged. That was a marathon, you know, and it was great to be a part of it. I mean, it was a great match. You know, that's the kind of things everybody wants to be a part of. It was a great match, and hats off to Punahou. Punahou brought it, and we were lucky enough to put it together and bring it together at the end.
Well, last night you guys struggled in your win over Mauna Loa, and then tonight you came in, and I just think I have to share with you, this was an awesome way to end the season, but it shows a lot of character and it shows a lot of heart that your players could come back after that first game.
I mean, it was a tough match. You know, coaching staff pulled them on the side and talked about it. You know, they had to want it more than anybody wanted it, and they had to search and find out, and it was a gut check. You know, they came out, it was a great match to be a part of. We made some errors, they made some errors, they pulled it out at the end. And it shows the character and the effort and all the work ethic that these kids put together in order for them to pull it out just like how they did at the end.
Well, this guy is smiling because he gets a Kanani Herring and a Jordan Meredith back. It's scary to think that Kanani Herring could get better. I mean, maybe another stint on the U.S. national team, junior national team. Who knows what she will bring next year.
Well, I know, and she's a great leader. You know, along with Jordan, Becca played great for us tonight. Kea did a great job of setting everything up, and all these things that these guys are doing. Kanani played a great match. You know, it was a great team effort, top to bottom. Everybody contributed in their own way, and, you know, that one's for the seniors. You know, the juniors get a chance to come back and get a chance to come in. It's for our 5 seniors, plus Alexis Robbins, who wasn't able to play. She tore ACL. That one's for her. And all the hard work and effort these guys put in. I'm proud of our girls. I'm proud of our staff.